We are live, guys. It is a beautiful July 7th here, coming to you on this beautiful Sunday. And this is going to be a good day, man. I am in Chicago right now. You guys don't notice I'm in a hotel. And I decided to go live this morning a little bit earlier than I typically do because Teresa and I are going to have to catch the train all the way back to Milwaukee at 1 o'clock today. So I might as well go live today. Um, we got a good show for you guys today. We got a good show for you guys today. I even got to go back to what my title of the show is, man. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of things from the 2024 hottest status symbols for men. We're going to be talking about that because I'm in Chicago and I thought about seeing or talking about things that I'm seeing from being out in the public, right? Yesterday, I was out just about all day. Teresa and I walked a good 7 or 8 miles yesterday. And I was just noticing how people were dressed and all sorts of things like that. Then we're going to be talking about 5 high-paying remote data entry jobs. We're going to be talking about data entry jobs because I want to come to you guys with the jobs. I want to come to you guys about the jobs, and especially in the areas of tech. And then I want to talk to you guys about the job market. There are individuals that are out there having struggles with the job market out there. And I want to make sure that we talk about that piece of it as well, too. Let me start off with this. Many of you guys don't know who I am. I'd like to introduce myself. I love to introduce myself. My name is Antoine Wade, and I have 18 years of supply chain experience, been in the tech space for my entire career and have helped hundreds of people break into tech. Not only that, mentor and coach individuals to achieve success that they have asked for and they wanted. So it's a little bit about me. On this channel, you're going to find a lot about careers. You're going to find a lot about tech. You're going to find a lot of things about leveling up. You're going to find a lot of things about how you can continue to push the boundaries. And that's what we talk about on this channel. And today's sponsor is Level Careers. Level Careers is a company that actually helps individuals to exceed within their career. They help individuals succeed in their career. I want to show the website right here. Let me bring up the Leveled website, guys. Let me bring up the Level website because here's a piece of it too. I am the founder of Level Careers, and I'm not part of the day-to-day operations, but I am the founder of Level Careers, and I started Level Careers to help individuals level up within their career. We have programs and courses that you can use to grow within your career. So check out Level Careers, Leveld careers.com. We have programs related to helping you to exceed your sales quota. We have programs to help you go from SDR to sales engineering. We have programs to help you break into the cybersecurity field if you are already in the IT field. That's what Level Careers is here for. Let me go over to the chats, man. Let me go over to the chats. We got Corey Reynolds in the house. Good to see you, my man. We got brother Scotty in the house. Operation Tech Takeover. Good to see you. We got Teresa Wade in the house. Good to see you, babe. Guys, like I mentioned, Teresa and I are in Chicago. I'm in a hotel right now. We went to Chicago for a little bit of a husband-wife retreat. We needed some time to ourselves, right? We don't get an opportunity to just do things on our own, right? Since we were in Milwaukee for the summer or Wisconsin for the summer, better yet, I decided that I wanted to just get away with Teresa. So we've asked my sisters to take care of the kiddos, Aegis and Nari. And what we basically end up doing is taking the train from Milwaukee to Chicago. And we spent Friday night all day Saturday. And we are leaving today. Something that you need to do, especially if you are a married individual, need to take that time to get away with your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend to just, find some time to chill, relax, not do anything. And we had an absolute blast. Chicago is a beautiful city. Teresa never had a good time in Chicago. And now I think Chicago is probably a good city for her. I mean, like yesterday was an absolutely phenomenal day, 72 degrees. We got a chance to walk 7-8 miles around the city. I'm talking about we left the house or the hotel room around like 11:30. We didn't get back to like 6. We hit cigar bars. We hit couple bars. We hit the Bean in Chicago. We hit the Navy's Pier. We did all that walking. So we got a lot of steps in, which helped us to build a whole bunch of appetites and just had an absolute blast, man, an absolute blast. But while I was noticing things, man. We were sitting at the bar and we were listening to some of the conversations that was happening behind us. And there was individuals talking about the state of the economy. There were individuals talking about how making money. There are individuals talking about how inflation is high and all this other stuff, right? You can definitely tell they were MBA grads or either MBA students. And I was just looking at how they dress and so forth. And that's the reason why I wanted to talk about this sort of stuff, because many of you guys probably know about these trends that's going on, especially when it comes down to men's apparel. I don't really follow trends or anything like that, but I like to know what's going on, right? With having kids, you got to stay up into the latest and greatest what's happening in the world today. And that's what I decided to do. So I was like, okay, well, what are people dressing? How are people dressing and so forth, right? What are some of the cool words that people are using in the streets today? And one of the words that I'm hearing about is the word Riz. I don't know if many of you guys know. Anybody in the chat know what the word Riz means? Right? I had to find it out myself. Listening to a Future song, by the way. I had to find it out, listen to a Future song and his latest album. He was talking about Riz. I'm like, what is Riz, man? So apparently Riz is another name for charisma. It's when people are shooting game and talking to girls or whatever it is. And it's a short word for charisma. I had no idea about it. Now I know a little bit about it. But anyway, going back to my point here, the latest and greatest fashion trends that you're going to see from out of men are things like this, right? ALO hats. I don't know what an ALO hat is. I didn't know what an ALO hat is. I don't even know if I'm even pronouncing it the right way. So you guys are going to have to correct me on this one. So if you guys know what these sort of hats is, I saw a couple of these hats out yesterday. They're called ALO hats, right? These are hats that people are rocking today. And I wasn't familiar with the brand. I wasn't familiar with the brand at all. But these are the latest and greatest types of gear that people are rocking today. And I saw a couple of them yesterday. When it comes down to sneakers, because I am a fan of sneakers, especially most recently, guys. I'm gonna put it like this: I don't rock Jordans, I don't rock a whole bunch of Nikes or anything like that. But what I do wear now, from a sneaker standpoint, I wear a lot of Dwayne Wade shoes. I think I probably have 20 pairs of Dwayne Wade shoes. They're basketball shoes, and they're shoes that fit my feet. I have big, wide, flat feet, guys. So I bought a pair just to coach in, and next you know, they felt so comfortable. Next you know, I'm wearing them for walking, and I walked 7-8 miles in those things yesterday, and they felt great. They felt absolutely phenomenal. With somebody who have big, wide, flat feet, these are the best shoes for me. So those are the type of shoes that I wear. But from a sneaker perspective, the types of shoes that people are wearing, they aren't buying expensive shoes right now. People are rocking things like Asics, man. People are rocking things like ugly Asics that cost about $150 a pair, which is still a good amount of money if you think about it. And what we're, in the economy today, $150 is a good amount of money. Okay. Um, Oh man, Operation Tech Takeover said Riz is game. Yes, that's exactly what it is. I had no idea what Riz was myself, man. And Operation Tech Takeover got to hit the original Geno's East. Matter of fact, we walked by Geno's East. We had Geno's East a long time ago, brother Scotty, and it was good pizza. Good pizza. I'm not a big fan of Chicago deep dish, though. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not a fan of the Chicago deep dish. That is not my type of pizza, man. I'm a thin crust type of guy. I'm a thin crust, crispy pizza kind of guy with a little bit of pepperoni or a lot of pepperoni. But cheese, pepperoni, thin crust, that's my type of pizza. I don't want to go anything else outside of that. My wife gets a lot of supreme pizzas and, sausage. But for me personally, I'm a pepperoni, thin crust, crispy crust pizza, man. That's my type of pizza, and I can eat a whole one. Matter of fact, that's exactly what we had last night for dinner. After all that walking and so forth, we got back to the hotel room and we ate dinner last night. And my wife ordered some pizza from somewhere. It was good, though. Went to another spot on Saturday, the Dearborn, another restaurant that you guys should check out if you're in Chicago. Good, fantastic restaurant. They have a a meat pizza that has honey drizzle on it. Oh my God, that was absolutely phenomenal. I'm talking about, oh, that was just so perfect. Crispy crust, thin crust. Oh, oh, that's my type of pizza, man. That's my type of pizza. But these are the type of shoes that people are wearing, guys. They're wearing Asics. When it comes down to wrist wear, let's talk about wrist wear, man. Or matter of fact, let's talk about athletics, athletic shorts, because I got a pair of Under Armour shorts on right now. That's the kind of shorts that I wear. Typically, I wear a nice pair of shorts with swim trunk linings in it or something along those lines. Something that's simple, something that's comfortable. Throw a pair of flip flops or slides on. But a lot of people wear Viore. I had no idea about this either. My niece, who is in college right now, getting ready to graduate, told me about this brand, and this brand supposedly has, some very, very comfortable gear. Very, very comfortable gear. This is what people are wearing today, is wear from a shorts perspective. Let's talk about athletic wear, man. You see our boy here, Lil Yachty, Arc'teryx. This is athletics wear that people are rocking, right? I thought it was North Face, right? A lot of people wear North Face. That's what I thought it was, but I guess that brand is for the most part out of style. Arc'teryx is the latest and greatest brand that a lot of people are wearing from outdoor clothes. I haven't come across it yet because I don't shop for the most part. I gotta say that I don't shop, man. I don't shop. I went to a mall most recently. I did go to a mall, picked up the shirt, picked it out of Milwaukee local brand called Wildlife. It is an outdoor shirt. You see it have alligators on the back of it, whatever it is. But these are the types of clothes that people are rocking. When it comes down to wristwear, they're wearing Casio. They're wearing Casio watch. I'm talking about the watches that were in style in the 90s. I had a Casio watch that had a calculator on it at one point in time. Had all kinds of buttons on it. I think there was one that even had Game Boy on it or a Nintendo controller or something along those lines. This is what people are wearing. Any of you guys wearing the Casio watches? Any of you guys wearing the Casio watches? I didn't know anything about this. Didn't know that people are rocking these types of watches anymore. My man Scotty says, yeah, the 2000s running era is back in style. As a sneakerhead, I'm happy because I'm already have those styles in my collection. P6000s, Romero, Asics, New Balance, all that. See, it's so weird how the trends, I'm talking about, like, it seems like trends turn over every 20 years or so. What you're seeing is that there's patterns, guys. So you think about it from a financial perspective, things happen every 20 years, right? At least from a clothing perspective, you got to think about it happens just like that from a financial perspective as well too. 20 years, companies come and go. 20 years, patterns come and go. The types of styles that people wear come and go. We've seen a lot of the stuff before. So a lot of times I think about this sort of stuff too, right? They say don't judge a book by its cover. But shit, I'm 40 years old, man. I've seen a few things in my life already. Guys. I remember growing up, they always said this: don't judge a book by its cover. But when you're 40 years old and you've seen the cycle go, like Brother Scotty said, the new runners or the 2000s runners are coming back in style now. Okay, well, that was 20 years ago, right? This clothes that people are rocking, the haircuts that people are rocking, the Marshall Mathers haircut or the Eminem haircuts with the frosted tips, all that shit is coming back into style now, right? So if you think about it, people say don't judge a book by its cover, but when you've been around for 40 years, I don't see anything wrong with judging a book by its cover. It's protecting yourself. It is protecting yourself. That's what it is, in my opinion. So I don't ever go back to that whole perspective. Now, when people say don't judge a book by its cover, I say, shit, I've seen it. I've seen the type of person it is. I don't want to be around it if I don't need to be around it. I want to be around it if I don't need to be around it, guys. So but these are the type of watches that people are wearing. Casio watches, okay? If you see anybody with this type of watch on, you know they're a pretty decent guy. Okay, people are also rocking Petite Philippe. Now, this is expensive, man. This is expensive, right? I mean, like, these are the type of watches that you're going to be spending some dollars on. Your boy ain't rich enough to be rocking no kind of watches like that. But when people are also wearing 3-piece suits from Suit Supply, these are the type of suits that people are rocking right now, too. Now, I didn't see anybody out there like that yesterday. It was too nice of a day, especially being a weekend. But the cologne, the smell goods that people are wearing, too. Now, I got to say, Dior Sauvage, fantastic perfume. Fantastic perfume. I have this perfume in my collection. But most recently, guys, I'll tell you like this. I've been rocking a lot of Masson Francis. That's the cologne that I've been wearing, the perfumes that I've been wearing. I just have gone past like the perfumes that are pretty known. I've been rocking a lot of Masson Francis as of late, and been fantastic, absolutely fantastic. They have all sorts. I just got another one for Father's Day. I bought another one for, I believe, I don't even know what holiday it was, but I just bought it, right? I've been rocking a lot of Masson Francis. When it comes down to corporate people, right? They're buying Herman Miller chairs, golf simulators, right? You got a lot of people rocking are playing golf now. I remember at one point in time when I was in grad school, we were doing case studies on how golf was dead. And then things like Top Golf came out, right? Things like Top Golf came out, right? And now, Top Golf is bigger than anything. They're expanding across the country even further. But now you have golf simulators, and you have a lot of kids playing golf. There's YouTube channels out there specifically for golf that kids are actually playing, and they're doing a fantastic job at doing the production of these golf games that they're playing. My nephew, who's in high school, junior high school, he never would have played golf. Now he's playing golf. Golf is big. I don't know if any of you guys in the chat play golf, but I'm going to tell you like this. That's a sport that I'm looking to play more of. It's a sport that I'm looking to play more of. A lot of people are playing golf now. These are the things that are trends right now that's happening. And it's big. Cold plunge tubs, we've seen all that and stuff like that. But I wanted to share that with you guys because these are trends that are popular these days. These are trends that are popular these days. And I just wanted to share that with you because there's things that I didn't know. Being a 40-year-old man, I was sitting in the bar. I felt old yesterday. I felt old looking at some of these guys listening to their conversation, seeing the lines that they were staying up and staying in. I'm like, man, I don't do lines anymore. Hell no. I'm the first person that'll buy a VIP ticket and get to the front so that I don't have to stand around in the line. And I'll buy a table just so that I don't have to sit next to anybody. Scotty said, G-Shocks always have been in style. I have 4 left in my collection. Sold one of mine a year ago for $500. I paid $150 for it originally. See, that's another thing, right? G-Shock watches. Those have been out there for a long time too. Ant Dog, good to see you, my man. Corey Reynolds says, I was surprised seeing someone in FUBU again. See, I'm telling you, these clothes are constantly being recycled, and it seems like it happens every 20 years, right? Deal says, broke, I can't relate. Well, Deal, put it like this, man. When you start to make some money, you'll relate. You will relate. Put it like this. You don't have to be broke to not know anything about golf and some of these styles. You can have a good amount of money. You can just be in your own little world. It's okay to not know about some of this stuff. I didn't know a lot about half of this stuff. When I heard the word Riz, I'm like, what are you talking about? What does Riz mean? I'm thinking it's like some sort of sauce that you put on a hot dog or something, or some sort of sauce that you put on a freaking bagel. I don't know what it is. When people told me about it, I'm like, all right, that means charisma. It means game. And now that I know about it, when I go to social media platforms, I'm starting to see a lot more of it in the comment section. You remember when acronyms became a thing, right? When people used to do LOL and all that other stuff, right? That's kind of our age, right? Laughing out loud, all this sort of stuff. All that stuff right now is way played out. You won't even listen to people who are younger than us, the Generation Zs. They laugh at that sort of stuff now. You know, ankle socks. I had no idea that ankle socks was out of fashion. and I've been rocking mid socks for a while, right? That's been my thing. And my wife has said to me, man, you wearing granddaddy socks, right? And I've been rocking mid socks for a very long time, a long time. I stopped wearing ankle socks for a long time. And my wife came to me and said, you should wear these ankle socks because I like to see your calf and your ankle ratio. It looks good. So I bought myself a nice little pair of ankle socks, and I've been rocking ankle socks as of late. But then I realized that those are out of style, man. Most people, if you look at a certain age, and Dog said, man, I haven't rocked ankle socks. Mitch Mink says ankle socks, man. No, I'm late, guys. I'm late. your, your boy has still been rocking ankle socks, man. I had a pair of ankle socks on yesterday, man. Oh man, don't do me like that, y'all. Don't do me like that, man. I've been rocking some ankle socks, man. and, now you won't. Now I'm throwing my ankle socks away. I'm throwing my ankle socks away, man. I realize that them shits are out of fashion. People talk about people with ankle socks on, man. And matter of fact, they equate it to age, right? So I came across this a couple of days ago. And it was basically like this. Okay, you can tell the age of somebody, right? And it was them in the gym. You go to the gym, and they said that you can tell the age of somebody. And they said, okay, well, anybody who has ankle socks on, you can definitely tell they're 40 and up. And anybody who has mid-cut socks on, you can tell they're Generation Z and 40 on down, right? And I'm like, damn, I had no idea. And then I saw myself with ankle socks on, man. I'm like, damn, I just turned 40, man. Like, oh shit, man, I'm old. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. But the biggest thing is this: you got to stay up on the latest and greatest trends. You got to stay up on the latest and greatest trends. All right, let's jump over to another topic, guys. Let's jump over to another topic. The entertainment piece of it is over. Let's jump over to what I wanted to talk about from a tech perspective, guys. AI is coming. AI is coming. AI is already here. Automation is coming. Automation is already here. What I want to talk about now, guys, is 5 data entry jobs that pay $100,000 plus in 2024. So if you're looking for a job, and you are in data entry, I don't want to scare you in this part of the video, in this part of the live stream. But what I would tell you is that if you're just doing data entry, you might as well say your job is going to be gone relatively soon. Okay. RIP to the data entry jobs. Data entry has evolved, and data entry is no longer when you're sitting down and you're typing data in and you are updating Salesforce records, or you are entering healthcare records, or you're just typing in things that at one point in time used to be a job that a lot of people would have, typically in customer service or something along those lines, right? Frontline job, easy job you can get into to start climbing the ladder and so forth. Well, those jobs aren't secure anymore. Those jobs are not secure anymore. And the reason why is because AI has come out and things like automation has come out, and now they're taking those jobs. Because if you think about it, all you need is a camera to be able to look at a document, and it can scan all that stuff in and enter it into in fields in a program, no longer needing you to type that information out anymore. Okay, those jobs are gone. And if you are in a data entry role, entering healthcare records or entering car records or any sort of records that you're entering in, you might as well say you need to go ahead and start to skill up, because if you don't skill up, you're going to be out of a job faster than the end of the year is going to come around. By the end of 2024, you might as well say you're probably going to be out of that job if that's your main job, unless you're working for a small private company or something along those lines. And the reason being is because AI is here. AI is here. AI doesn't need any sort of bathroom breaks or any sort of, talking back to a manager, any sort of I need this, I need that. AI doesn't need any of that sort of stuff. AI is AI. That's it. You can take pictures. You can take all that sort of stuff. You can enter in text documents and give it scripts of what you need it to do, and it's going to go and do that. I took a picture yesterday while I was in Chicago at Pier, and it was this guy that was in my photo. Now I can use the magic eraser. If you got a Google Pixel phone, dude was gone. Buddy was out of there. It made it even seem like he wasn't even in the picture. Now I got a clean picture of the Trump Tower and so forth, right? And Buddy is out of my picture. He had an orange shirt on. He was looking crazy. But the magic eraser got rid of him. That's what AI can do. And now it's doing the exact same thing for data entry jobs. Apparently, there's been 54,000 data entry jobs that have been eliminated this year itself. 54,000 data entry jobs that's been eliminated this year itself, guys. That's a lot of data entry jobs. That is a lot of data entry jobs. You think about it, right? 5,400, 5,400. That is a lot. And this is coming from a Forbes article, right? I'll show you guys the article right here. 54,000. Not, I said 5,400. I'm sorry. 54,000 jobs have been eliminated this year for data entry. The job demand is consistently going down. But I have good news for you. And the good news is that, let me put the title in here because I want you guys to be able to see the title. And I'll drop the link into the description too so that you guys can see this. The good news is that, guess what? As soon as these jobs are eliminated, new ones come about. New ones come about. That's what it is, right? If you are in a data entry job and you're scared at this point in time, guess what? There's opportunities for you because data entry isn't dead. It just has transformed. Transformed into something a little bit more sexier. Transformed into something that gives you a fatter paycheck. Transform into something that you're pretty proud of when you go and tell your girlfriend's dad what it is that you do. I'm a data analyst. I'm a data scientist. I'm a BI analyst. I'm a market research analyst. I'm an e-commerce data analyst. I'm a database administrator. That's what these jobs have come to. So if you are in a data entry position and you're afraid that automation is going to come take your job, these are the new roles that you can start to skill up into so that you can make more money, first of all, be proud of your job, and not only that, have a bit of success in your job, okay? And keep a job. The new jobs that data entry has become are roles like a data analyst, right? These guys are responsible for looking into the insights from a spreadsheet and giving the results back to management to help them run their business more efficient, right? They play in Excel all day, look in things like Tableau, all the dashboards that you could probably see that a company uses. A lot of the times the data analysts are responsible for building them or either the data that's behind them. Any of the data that people use within the management reports that you may see inside of a business or a corporation, the job of the data analyst is to make sure that they get the data, first of all, and that they know the story behind the data itself, okay? So number one is a data analyst job, and they pay $100,000 plus, and it's a remote job. It's a remote job. So if you're interested in the data, this is a job that you can pursue. This is a career that you can pursue. Another one is a BI analyst, right? And these guys are responsible for turning raw data into actionable insights and actionable strategies as well. Very similar to a data analyst. And a lot of times what you end up seeing is that the two names are synonymous, right? Data analyst, BI analyst. Data analyst probably has been around for a very long time. BI analyst, a little bit of business intelligence. They may have a bit of higher salary as well too, kind of a new name for it. They do a little bit more, they say. But another role that you should look into, a BI analyst. Another one is a database administrator. These guys are responsible for protecting the databases from being hacked, making sure that all the tables are updated and all this other stuff, right? It's there is protection on the data itself. And this role has transformed quite a bit. I mean, like database administrators used to be working in Microsoft SQL Server, and some of them still do. A lot of them still do Oracle Server and so forth. But that role now is transforming now as well too. But it's still a role that's out there now, and they're going more heavily towards a lot of cybersecurity because you got to protect that data. A lot of it's in the cloud and so forth, so you need to protect it. But another job that pays over $100,000 plus, and it is a remote job as well. So the fact that you're in data entry now, this is another path, the third path that you can go down in to make a lot more money for yourself. Right? One of the things we're going to do in this channel, we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun early, and then we're going to jump into the meat of it. And I'm going to give you some actionable insights because many of you guys are still looking at what jobs that you can do or what careers that you can go down that's in the tech space. And this is another one, a database administrator, if you have an interest into data positions. Okay. Another one is a market research analyst. And these guys are responsible for predicting trends before they hit the mainstream, right? So they probably would have predicted that AI was going to be big. They probably would have predicted that blockchain and cryptocurrency was going to be big years and years ago. They're using data right now to predict what's going to be the next biggest tech hype, right? Or the next trend on Twitter. That's what market research analysts do, or the next trending stock, right? Market research analysts are the guys and gals who predict trends before they become big. And it's another data entry position that you should look into if you are thinking about getting into a data or analytical job, or you like analytics or you like data. And the last one that I'll say that makes $100,000 plus is an e-commerce data analyst. Okay. These guys are um, online data ninjas, as one may say. They are the ones that's responsible for seeing how people click on the websites on e-commerce sites. So if you go to Amazon and you're shopping, they see all the clicks and so forth, and use that data to optimize the e-commerce website. That's what e-commerce data analysts do. They understand every click and in post that people have to make a purchasing decision. And I would tell you like this, guys, if you're in a data entry role, don't wait, man. Don't wait. Start leveling up. Start leveling up. You got many programs that are out there right now, from college to community college, that will allow for you to level up your skills to get into one of these roles as a database administrator, a market research analyst, an e-commerce data analyst, a data analyst, and a BI analyst. And you have free platforms like Alex the Analyst, who's on YouTube, that has his own data analyst programs as well too. But he has a whole bunch of free content online that people use every single day to get better and to get a better understanding of data. You have universities, you have free content like YouTube, you have Coursera, where you can get a monthly subscription and take the data analytics course. You have Course Careers, a partner of ours, where you can do the exact same thing. $500, one-time fee, have it for a lifetime. Data analytics course, data analytics program. You have so many different options out here. One of the things I'll tell you guys is this, man. There's no excuse anymore. At one point in time, I was having at one point in time, people had an excuse. Let me finish my thought here. They had an excuse for why there's a lot of people who aren't doing very well. There's excuses for people not knowing information, because you didn't have things like the internet where you can just at your fingertips, you can type in what it is that you want to know. You can type it in what it is that you want to know, what it is that you want to study, how to go about doing things. You just have to do the work yourself, apply it and do the work. At one point in time, that didn't exist. We didn't have tools like this. So you had to get your information from individuals, and you had to get your information from books, right? Books and people. Now you don't need to worry about getting it from people directly. You can get it from books still, but you can also get it from the internet, and you can get books faster than anything, and you get books for free. I just came out with an ebook that tells you the 6 steps to find your ideal job. Something that I created on my own. Took me, I don't know, 9 hours just to create an ebook. Something that I just had in my brain. I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that people had a way to find their ideal job, because people are struggling and finding what it is that they want to do in their lives and what they want to do for a job and what they want to do in a career. And I was able to create it. And I'm not selling it. I'm giving it to people for free. So if you want it, go ahead to the Black Heights website, www.blkheights.com, and hit the subscribe button and sign up for our newsletter. And I'll be happy to deliver it to you. I'll be happy to deliver it to you. I sent it to my Discord. I sent it to my newsletter folks. If you want to become a patron, you get it as well too. Join a Patreon. You'll get it for free. But it's a way for individuals to figure out their ideal job. But there's no excuse anymore for not finding the information that you need in order for you to have some bit of success. And a lot of people are like, oh, Antoine, you're just saying that right now because you've done. No, it's not. It's not. I'm not saying it because of that anymore. Before, there wasn't opportunities anymore, or there wasn't opportunities in front of you. Now, as long as you have a smartphone, as long as you have a computer, and many of us do, the information is in front of you. I have people ask me questions that they can Google every single day on YouTube comments. Hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? The answers that I'm going to give you a lot of the times is from ChatGPT, or either a version of it to clean it up. If I have access to it, you have access to it. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, 40 years of experience gives me a lot of wisdom where I can help individuals. And for the younger folks, they don't have that life experience. Life experience does mean a lot. However, when it comes down to doing stuff, researching stuff, getting to the next position in your career, it's all at your fingertips. It's all at your fingertips. People are at your fingertips now. I had a gentleman reach out to me who just graduated from Kennesaw State. His cousin booked him a coaching call. And he just graduated with a sports management marketing degree. He's going to go in business with his dad. Sign up for a coaching call. Now he's a mentor. He became a Patreon member. He has access to a 40-year-old person who's an entrepreneur, who's also in the corporate space, to give him guidance on how he should take his career. And I'm going to plug him with other people as well, too. Now he's part of the network because he became a Patreon member. It's all at your fingertips, guys, and it's not expensive. It's not expensive. I mean, we go out and spend money on everything else, but we choose not sometimes to spend it on ourselves, and that's where we should be investing majority of money on ourselves, on our minds, on getting access to people that can help us out. So I just wanted to share that. I know I went off on a bit of a tangent just now, but I think it's the reality of it. The reality of it is that this information is at our fingertips. So if you guys are interested into data entry and you're doing data entry work, as in you're just typing using your keyboard to enter information in for customer service, any sort of healthcare, any sort of sportsman, any of that sort of stuff, record keeping, understand that there's going to come a time, and it could be by the end of this year, we are no longer going to be doing a job like that. It's time for you to level up. It's time for you to skill up. It's time for you to skill up. And these are the 5 roles that you should be looking into, okay? These are the 5 roles that you should be looking into. I'll go back to the article. Check it out. Remote data analyst. Okay? These guys make anywhere from $93,000 a year to $122,000 a year. All right? Remote data analyst, remote BI, business intelligence analyst, $97,000 a year to $124,000 a year. Remote database administrator, $89,000 a year to $113,000 a year, guys. Remote market research analyst, $71,000 a year, all the way up to $132,000 a year as a top earner. And remote e-commerce data analyst, okay, $69,000 a year, all the way up to $110,000 a year. That's a big range. So if you are looking to level up in your career, get outside of the traditional data entry job, because we know those jobs are going to be gone fast. You need to be prepared for it. Start to level up. Go to your local university. Go to a community college. Look online for free information. YouTube. Start with YouTube at university. Go to Coursera. Go to Course Careers. I don't care what you choose. Just go down a path that's going to help you to get to where you want to get to. Okay. Matter of fact, go ahead and subscribe to the Black Heights newsletter. Join the Patreon as well, too. If you're looking to find mentors, you need coaching, You need some leadership in your life. We're here for you. We're here for you. All right, guys. I got one more topic that I wanted to touch on. One more topic that I wanted to touch on before we get out of here. Okay. The job market, man. The job market is tough. The job market is tough right now. I'm seeing a lot of videos out here. I'm seeing a lot of videos out here right now that are complaining about how they are putting in so many job applications and it's tough to find a job. And these are people that's been in tech for a very long time. I came across an article of a gentleman that I'm going to share with you guys who said he put in 493 job applications and he hasn't found one yet. I came across a video yesterday of a man who said he put in 1,500, hasn't come across a job yet. I came across the Bucola, a YouTuber who was on a sabbatical for a year and a half, and she's coming back to this job market. And she said the job market for her is tough right now as well too. And this is a software engineer who worked for Facebook and Google. The job market right now, guys, is tough, man. It is very, 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 very extremely, extremely tough. So many of you are probably looking at breaking into one of these tech roles and making the transition. It is tough right now. It is very tough. So you got to think about from all the layoffs that has happened this year. Think about it from this perspective. You have so many people that were in tech who were good. Some of them people were bad. Some people were excellent, but they got laid off because of numbers. And these guys and gals are back into the job market at this point in time. So they're competing for these jobs as well. They're competing for these jobs. And then you have newcomers like some of us who want to break into these tech jobs. And guess what? It's hard for us. So we're all fighting for the same pie. And you have what the economic numbers look like. They're saying the unemployment is at a low. There are so many jobs that are being created. Well, a lot of these jobs are being created are individuals going into their own business, right? Which I'll talk about in another video. You should always have a backup plan. And at 40 years old, I didn't have a backup plan until I was 35, 34, right? With having this channel and having level careers that I built. But I would tell you like this now, there's no better time than to have a backup plan. Start now, take those steps. The job market is tough and it's going to continue to get tougher. People are competing, we're competing, we're competing. The job market is tough. You have capital that's expensive. Until Jerome Powell decides he wants to start to cut interest rates, you're going to start to see, or you're not going to see companies hiring like they used to. You're not going to see startups thriving like they used to. You're not going to see a whole bunch of capital being put out there to the market. I mean, you got people right now that's struggling just to spend $500 or $400 or $250 for a program. I had a guy the other day was complaining as an adult who was in his 37 years old. Oh man, Antoine, level careers prices are too high. I'm like, come on, man. $500, you don't get that to spend? A lot of people don't have that to spend. The job market is tough because they don't have a job. So they can't spend $500. And I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So I came across this article that is about a gentleman on Business Insider who submitted 493 applications and he hasn't found a job yet. So what is he doing? Well, number one, he's working with a career coach to help him out. And that's something that you guys need to do. If you are struggling to find a job, you need to work with a career coach to help you optimize your LinkedIn, optimize your resume, help you with your mental game. Because a lot of times it's us telling ourselves stories and being negative. A lot of times that's what it is. We tell ourselves stories that we can't do it, and it screws up our interviewing. It screws up our thought process. It screws up a lot to where when you do get an opportunity to talk to somebody on a video call or a phone call, you're not as sharp because you've told yourself stories already that are probably negative. And that's what a career coach can help you out with. So if you guys are looking for career coaching, go ahead and book a session with www.blackheights.solutions. You can either talk to me, you talk to Coach Kenny, and we'll get you right. 30 minutes to an hour call, and we'll make sure that you're in a good position to continue on your job search situation. Okay. We also have opportunities where we can help to revamp your resume and your LinkedIn. Check us out at www.blkheights.com. Okay, let's get to the article. I want to share this with you guys as well, too. Okay. Here's the article that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. This guy's rejected 493 times. He was laid off a year ago and it's struggling. He's struggling right now to find work. Okay. He's struggling. Let me get to my man here. And don't laugh at my man either, man. I don't want to see you guys laughing because you guys you're probably going to have something to say. You probably was thinking like I was thinking when I first saw this picture of my man Trevor. Man, Trevor got a big smile, man. Trevor got a big smile. But Trevor, he's been in tech for the majority of his career. Okay. He's been in tech for the majority of his career. And right now, Trevor has applied to almost 500 jobs and he hasn't had any luck. At one point in time, remote jobs were plentiful. They were plentiful. He lived on the East Coast, right? With his boyfriend, making a good amount of money in a tech job, remote. Then he got laid off. He was in a round of layoffs that affected over 1,500 people. Okay. Many people are experiencing that today. Trevor said, you know what? I need to figure something out. I need to skill up. I need to talk to a career coach. I've been rejected, living in the city that I'm in. So maybe it's time for me to try something different. So he's been upskilling. He's been freelancing, trying to make some additional money to build his portfolio, which is another thing that you guys can do in order for you to compete with the people who are in the market right now. I'll tell you this right now, guys. A way for you to compete with people in the market that have years of experience is to go out there in the freelance. Go out there in the freelance, okay? But it's been tough for him. Trevor got married. His husband is in tech as well. And what he's doing right now, since his husband is in Seattle, he's going to be moving and relocating to Seattle with his husband. Okay? In Seattle, you already know it's a tech hub. He feels like there are more job opportunities in the tech field in Seattle. So he's going to gamble and he's hoping that it pays off. Okay? He's hoping that it pays off. And that's something that you guys could potentially do as well. You think about it, if you're in some small town, you're looking to get into tech, you're not having very much success, you're near a major city, you probably got to relocate. Go spend some time in the city networking with people that can potentially put you on. I came across a statistic. Job applications that you're putting in, just cold turkey, 0.05% is going to land you an interview. 0.05, guys. Referrals, 20% chance that you'll get an interview. Recruiter, 80% chance you get an interview. 80% chance you get an interview. If you work with a recruiter, there's an 80% chance you get an interview. So you network with recruiters. referrals, there's a 20% chance that you'll get an interview. So if you're looking to break into tech and you want to shortcut it, the statistics say that filling out applications online, for the most part, is a waste of your time. It's a waste of your time. 100 applications, you may, if it's just online without any of the other opportunities or network areas of referrals and a recruiter and so forth, out of 100 applications, you aren't going to get any interviews. You have to put in 1,000 in order for you to get 1 or 2 or 5. That is a lot. So to shortcut your process, you got to network with people, ask for referrals to get you in, or to submit your resume or your application. And number 2, try to work with a recruiter to help you land that job. Every recruiter that I've worked with have landed me at least an interview. Every time I've gotten an opportunity, it's come from a network or a recruiter. It's come from somebody in a network or a recruiter. My man Trevon, he's moving out to Seattle with his husband to network with people, to tap into the recruiter network out there. And here's the other piece of it too, guys. Many of us who are talking about breaking into tech, you're not guaranteed remote jobs anymore. That's another thing that people are pulling back on. The number one search term, which is something that I'm putting and spending a lot more time on the channel on, which is helping it grow, is remote work opportunities that I find out there. So if I do a video on what we just talked about, the 5 remote data entry jobs, that is going to get views because people are still looking for remote jobs. But they aren't guaranteed anymore at all. The job market has changed quickly. And remote jobs, they aren't like they used to be. And even those, they aren't immune to layoffs. Because a lot of people who are working remote, they got laid off as well too. What I would tell you is this: if you've been laid off, it sucks. I know it sucks. I think the first thing that I coach my clients on is being mentally getting into the proper mental state. That's very, very important. Getting into the proper mental state is very, very important. Taking some time, a good 7 days to really think about what you went through because it's tough, right? It's tough. And then you really want to start thinking about what it is that you ultimately want to do. I suggest not switching careers at that point in time, unless it's very close to what you were previously doing. I don't suggest you going from database administration to tech sales. In this type of a job market, no, I don't suggest that. Find what it is that you've been doing that you already have experience in that you can compete in, and then work with a recruiter to find you another job that's actively seeking your skill sets. For individuals who are looking to break in, set realistic expectations. It may take you a full year in order for you to get an opportunity. Don't be surprised. This is not 2021, 2022. We are in 2024 now. The job market is tough out here. Set realistic expectations. Work with somebody. Continue to optimize your resume. Network with individuals. Work with a recruiter. Try to get a referral. These are the things that we're teaching into the coaching sessions that we have with our clients. And we're having some success with it. And our clients, most importantly, are having success with it. Okay. So if you're looking to break in, book a coaching session with us. But if you're looking to get hired, understand that remote is not always guaranteed. Understand that you have to have perseverance. You have to be watching shows like this to where you can muster up some courage to continue on, continue to upskill, continue to network, continue to explore new options. You have to. My man Trevor said, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm going all the way to Seattle where the jobs are somewhat plentiful. And sometimes you just got to move. Sometimes you just got to move. If remote work isn't working out in your location, consider relocating to a place where there's more opportunities at. I want to know from you. I want to hear from you guys. Many of you guys are probably in this job hunt section or job hunt part of your career right now. What's happening out there in the streets? What's happening? I can tell you what I'm seeing. I can tell you what I'm seeing. It's tough. It is very, very tough. People are scared right now to even go about changing careers when they hate their freaking boss. They're like, I got to do this for another year because the job market's tough out here. Or people who are in jobs are seeking to go to other companies and they aren't getting opportunities. So they have to sit tight. That's what I'm seeing out here. That is what I'm seeing out here. What are you guys seeing out here? Let me know. I'm about to go to the chats. Good to see you, brother Cam. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. My man Arthur waited in the house. He said, send your cuz the ebook. Well, Arthur, sign up for the newsletter on the website, www.blkheights.com, and you will get the ebook. Anybody who wants to get access to the ebook of how to find your ideal job, sign up for the Black Heights newsletter. Just go to the Black Heights website here. I'll show you guys what you need to do here. I like to demonstrate. It's relatively easy. Here, I'll share my screen. All right, so if you go to the Black Heights website, click on this subscribe button here. All right. Enter in your email information here. Click submit. There you go. We'll get you your ebook. Okay. Now I entered my information and I got an error because my information is already in there. But you should do the exact same thing. Click on the subscribe button, enter your information in, and we'll get you that ebook. You become part of our newsletter, and then we'll get you that ebook. Okay. All right. But guys, tell me, man, tell me what you guys are seeing out there in the market. Okay. Ant Dog said, I'm a remote data engineer. The lifeblood of data is SQL, and it's not that difficult to pick up. Check it out, guys. Ant Dog says he's a remote engineer, a remote data engineer. Learn SQL. It's not that difficult to pick up. Even your boy knows about SQL. SQL. I'm old. I still wear ankle socks, man. Oh, man. I still wear ankle socks. Ant Dog says it's about those relationships you build. I was in a factory for 3 months before I got back into tech in my current role. You got to stay consistent, refine your skills daily, apply daily, 100 apps. Yeah, there's a lot. You know, that's a lot, man. It's a lot. Those relationships are important, Ant Dog. Those relationships are very, very important. The statistics are accurate. I came across again these statistics when, and a lot of times you get a feel from what people are telling you and what information you have. And my other career coach, Mr. Ken Barney, he works at Microsoft and he's a recruiter, right? He works for Microsoft. He's a recruiter. And this is what he's telling me into places like Microsoft. And this is what I'm hearing from individuals, my friend Chang, who's worked for Google, and he's in recruiting as well too. Most people are getting jobs from referrals and from other recruiters. Submitting an application online, it's tough. I mean, Ant Dog said 100 apps. That's a lot. And like in 2020, 2020, 21, 2020, 22, or 2022, 2021, my recommendation was to get 10 apps in a day. And this was getting people jobs. 10 apps a day. You do that for a good 2 weeks, you're going to have a good amount of volume that's out there. Right? That's 140 applications that you submitted within 2 weeks. That should get you at least 15 to 20 interviews. That's a minimum. That's not what the job market and how it is today. And not only that, there's so many fake jobs out there, guys. There's so many fake jobs out there. So many people who are in companies that are putting out jobs out there in their ghost jobs, and they're using these job boards for statistics to see how many people are applying for these jobs, to see what kind of talent they can recruit when they want to put one of these jobs on the market, to see how much they can pay people for the demand. A job at one point in time that was worth $100,000, somebody would probably do it for 60. And that's what these companies are doing at this point in time, to look at talent to cut back on the cost. That's what's happening, guys. Ant Dog said he was on a 6-month mark before he accepted his current role. That's, again, yes, it's tough. Arthur Wade says, why are remote jobs disappearing? Well, it's because of the market. Now, these big companies, since they've laid off a lot of people, Arthur, they have a lot more control, right? At one point in time in 2021, 2022, 2023, early 2023, there was a talent shortage of individuals. So companies were hiring like crazy. I mean, they were staffing up like crazy, hoarding resources and thinking that was going to be a competitive advantage because there was a lot of money floating in the economy. The money was cheap. So companies hired a ton of employees to do jobs that probably didn't even exist. Okay. And they said you can work remote because it was the time of COVID. Nobody was coming into the office. They thought they figured it out. Well, now, since they've laid people off and money is expensive and companies don't want to pay high labor costs anymore because they see that AI is there, and a lot of these people who they hired wasn't doing a job anyway and just made the company a lot more bloated. They're basically saying, okay, well, we have all this office real estate as well, and we're spending all this money on this. We seem to have worked a lot better when there are people in the office. We seem to have innovated a lot more when there are people in the office. So how about now, since we're already spending this money on this real estate, especially in these prime real estate areas, and we know that the economy is depending on our people being in the office, we need to send people back to the office. And if you don't want to get in the office, well, you can choose not to work for us anymore. We don't have to pay you. We can eliminate that cost as well too. So now companies have the upper hand. That's the reason why remote jobs are being eliminated. Rizwan says, this is why I started an online health and fitness business and will purchase a truck to do some hauling side work. Yeah, you have to. You have to, man. Like, one of the things that we will talk more about this next 6 months, guys, is to diversify your income streams. Your job, the job that you have today, should be used to invest in yourself to build another income stream. Your job that you have today should be used to invest in yourself to build another income stream. The world is changing. Generation Zs aren't even applying for jobs anymore. They're looking at ways to make their own money themselves. And you're talking about I'm out of date on just the clothing, right? In the words. Well, a lot of us are out of date in how people are making money these days. I mean, the economy is stimulated. There's a whole bunch of money that's out there. It's about how you get to it. And what I'm finding out now is that having a personal brand online and having a reputable brand online is the best way to consistently get money and keep money into your pocket. It's not depending on these jobs. It's not depending on Microsoft. It's not depending on Google. It's not depending on CrowdStrike, although these companies pay very, very well. But you should also have another income stream or multiple income streams, because there's going to be a day where these companies decide to make decisions that could potentially impact you and your family financially. And having multiple income streams will at least help you with that. And it takes some time to build it. It takes some time to build it. So start now. Start now. It's important. You should start now. And we'll talk about that in another live stream. Let me get to some of these comments. Rizwan says you need multiple gigs, which may not be in the same industry. That's true. My man said he's diversifying big time. And Dog says bro should be putting in 500 apps a week. That's a lot. That's a lot, Ant. That is a lot. I mean, that is a lot of apps. These companies are doing hybrid, but not fully remote as much. That's true. And also, I say this: you may get snatched up at a discount compared to an average pay. Take it for the experience and also pick up fast hiring, especially if it's the most money you've ever earned. I hear you on that one. I hear you on that one. Absolutely. There are jobs out there where you're probably going to be expecting and get $100,000 a year. You may have to take it for 60 just to get the experience. Good point. A very, very good point. Well, guys, I'll tell you like this. Thanks for joining me this Sunday. I hope you guys understand what the word Riz mean. For your folks who are rocking ankle socks, stop rocking ankle socks, man. Shit is out now, right? For your folks rocking the Casio watches, Vasia, Arlo, ASIC sneakers, all that stuff is in style right now, guys. All the stuff that we used to wear a long time ago is back in style. For you folks who are looking to break into tech roles, know that it's tough out here. For you folks who are looking for a job, know that it's tough out here. You may have to relocate. You have to work with a career coach. You have to upskill. For you data entry folks, guys, know that AI is already here. It's only a matter of time before you are replaced if you're just doing simple data entry. Look into roles like a BI analyst. Look into roles like a remote data analyst. Look into roles like a market research analyst, an e-commerce analyst. These are roles that you should be going into in order for you to save yourself and to make extra money and be remote as well, too. I got to throw those ankle socks out, Mitch says. Oh, shit, man. I got to throw my ankle socks out, man. Y'all done got me today, man. That's all I have for you guys today. I appreciate you guys for joining me today on this live stream. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit like on this channel. Share it with your folks who need to hear this message. And we'll see you guys next week. Until next time, guys. Peace.